This is the Paltalk News Network.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. No retribution, unlike what's going on in Iran, which, by the way, you can read about at PaltalkNewsNetwork.com. We're white on rice with what's going on in Iran. A lot of stuff that you're not going to see in the mainstream media right there on the Paltalk News Network site. Thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio. We're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. I welcome you to the show. Hey, guess what? Michelle Granger will be here on the Make It Pro TV show in the radio and TV section of Paltalk on Thursday at 7 o'clock New York time. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock New York time. And Michelle is autographing softballs and personal photos for the show. Michelle Granger is the standout softball pitcher, Olympic gold medalist, who has the lowest ERA that you will ever find in a pitcher, male or female, professional or amateur, right here on Paltalk.com in the Make It Pro TV show on Thursday at 8 o'clock. If you go to makeitpro.com, that's MakeitPro.com, and go to Michelle Granger's wall and type in a nice message for her or a question for the show, you will be in the running for not only a potential upgrade of your nickname on Paltalk to a premium nick, not only a Make It Pro limited edition t-shirt, so limitedly editioned that I don't have one, but also in the running for getting one of those softballs autographed by her or a picture. Great fun. Okay, we just had the President of the United States on live on the Paltalk News Network to talk about security and making excuses for how they keep screwing up with security. I got to tell you, on the Paltalk News Network site, there are probably 7 stories from today alone that will just shock you about security. I'm just saying that in case any of you are planning on flying pretty soon, so you'll be too scared to fly. Even I would be a little bit apprehensive about flying, and I never am. We're going to get back to those weighty measures a little later in the show, but speaking about weighty measures, apparently at one social network site, if your measures are too weighty, they kick your butt off and the rest of your body as well. There are a lot of sites where you get to meet people like Paltalk, but there's sites like Match.com where they say everybody is welcome. There's JDate where they say if you're Jewish or you want to date somebody who's Jewish, you're welcome. There's sites, I hear, like Adult Friend Finder, where if you're looking for a little risque kind of a relationship, whether you are married or not, without any commitment, you could go there and find it as well. Beautifulpeople.com is kind of unusual. Stands out because for several years now they've been in business and they've only allowed people who are good looking on the site, because the idea, I guess, is that good-looking people are attracted to good-looking people, and they don't have time for the people who look like Boaz or me. But in order to get on the site, you get voted. What, Boaz, were you going to make a comment about that? I included myself in that.
And I said thank you. I mean, I was just being courteous.
Oh, you're being courteous. Thank you. Now, in order to get onto beautifulpeople.com, you got to be voted in. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But now they've made headlines internationally because they voted out people who they feel in the past year have put on a little bit too much pounds, and they're not allowed on anymore. Joining us to talk about this is beautifulpeople.com's U.S. director, and certainly not one who would ever be voted off, the beautiful model, Genevieve Maylam. Genevieve, welcome to News Talk Online on the Paltalk News Network.
Hi there. It's lovely to be on here.
Hey, yeah, well, I'm glad to have you. My only problem is that we have you coming in by phone and not on Paltalk, where we could have put you on cam and everybody could have seen that you qualify for your own program. Why did you kick people off just because they put a few pounds? Oh, there she is. We got a picture of you right there. Va va voom. Why did you kick people off just because?
You got a picture of me? Oh no.
Yeah, we got a picture of you. Why did you decide to vote folks off 5,000 people because they gained a little weight in 2009?
Well, look, first I just got to say that, as an employee of beautifulpeople.com, it's not up to us who is deciding who is kicked off the website or who is voted on. It's actually the members who decide. So the way this whole thing came about was we were receiving complaints from members who were noticing that a lot of people, their fellow members on the site, were not representing themselves accurately, especially over the holiday season where we tend to drink and eat and overindulge. Members were meeting up with other members at parties and events, and they were noticing that, they weren't kind of looking exactly like their picture. So we found that we had to implement a system whereby members who were not accurately representing themselves were actually put back into the rating system. And the rating system is a place on the site where existing members of the opposite sex vote for applicants who are, potentially, desperate to join the site, or in this case, members who are not representing themselves as they really are.
Well, that is a problem with dating sites where people claim to be something that they are not, and I have heard many cases of people meeting others at a coffee shop or whatever, and were horrified to find out that the photograph that was offered was from 10 or 15 or even 20 years ago when they perhaps were a little more deferential. And I don't know why people even do that, Genevieve. Because obviously if you're going to meet the person, they're going to...
It's a jungle out there, on the internet. And so many of these websites, people will just sort of have free reign to put up whatever picture they like. So as harsh as this sounds, it is kind of refreshing that on beautifulpeople.com, you're going to get what you see in the picture. So I think even though it's pretty brutal, it's a good stringent implementation.
And even though at first blush that seems a little harsh, I guess when you join, you sign a pledge that you're a good-looking person, right? I mean, that's the whole idea.
Well, look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it's